What's up, everyone? So here today we're going to be doing a new review of another OG strain. Today, this one is actually going to be the Ghost OG, and it's actually coming from No Broke Smoke, or No Broke Smoke, and they definitely are doing some very high level stuff. They're actually not the ones that are growing it, but they're the ones that are sourcing it from someone who's doing a phenomenal job. And honestly, it's rare to see OG like this nowadays. So whoever the hell is growing this, big salute to you. Big respect. You're actually doing some great work. And honestly, this batch right here, it's gonna have its very highs, and it's definitely gonna have some things that I'm going to have to just speak upon because I do think that they aren't the biggest strengths. So let's get into this. I would say that this one is going to really impress everyone, so hope everyone follows along to the very end. So what you definitely can notice right away is the look isn't the most appealing thing in the world, and that's honestly why it's actually going to get a 7. I think a 7 is very fair for the look. It isn't going to be the most appealing. I've seen newer batches of this one. The newest batch of this one's looking perfect, literally perfect. I will have to say this one right here was a little bit over trimmed. It seems to be a little bit over trimmed, which to me is a downside. I think it's a downside. I think machine trimmed appearance is no good for it. I think the best appearance for OG or any strain in general is making it look like a plant. Over trimming it is just no good. I think that it takes away a lot of the trichomes. You're trimming off a lot of the trichomes, and that's what the value actually is. That's the thing that's going to get you high. So if that's ever something you notice, if you ever see it looked like it's machine trimmed, like it's trimmed like it's a rock, it's usually going to be some of the effects are literally trimmed off of it. So something I wanted to mention. A 7 seems very fair to me because it's not super overly trimmed. It's just definitely going to have that machine trimmed look where it's taking away some of its beauty. The smell on this one, very good. Very, very good. I would actually have to say that this one has that classic OG smell where you're actually going to be very attracted to it right away. It's going to have the gasiness to it that's not overwhelming, but it's there, and it's definitely going to be something that is going to definitely impress you. We could say it like that. It's definitely going to be a smell that impresses you, so I want to say, I'm just going to say a 10. I don't really see anything bad about the smell. I don't want to say I don't want to start picking out anything that's not worthy of picking on. So I would say that this one for the smell, definitely great. I would say there's definitely going to be a lot of people who aren't gonna love it. If you love candy only, or if you love fruit only, you might not be the biggest fan of OG because it's gonna have a little bit of a musky, gassy, maybe overwhelming smell for some people, but other people it's just gonna be right up their alley. It's gonna be the thing they only want. So this is definitely something I would say is just getting a 10. I think it's fair. So now when it comes to the taste, this one's actually going to have that taste that we're actually looking for. There's going to be a lot of OGs that I've had recently that usually either are just too sweet or they're just super airy. This one right here is actually going to have that, what you're looking for, exactly what you're looking for. So what that means is it's going to be sort of on the gassy side, and it's gonna be like more of a fuely, sesame seedy funkiness that is very interesting. It's very interesting taste. It's definitely gonna be like one of those sort of a seedy fuel, if that makes sense. And a lot of people probably won't understand what I mean by that, but some people are gonna be like, I definitely know what you mean. It's almost a Billy Kimber SFV, but in a way better way. There's a lot of SFVs or Billy Kimbers out there that, or just that pheno in general, isn't my preference. I think those two are just more of daytime ones, and this one Definitely not daytime. It's gonna be more on the nighttime where it's gonna pack that punch for sure. But the taste, honestly, I would have to say like it. I want to say a 7.5, but I'm gonna say an 8 just because the taste I actually really enjoy. It's maybe not as pronounced as the smell would make you assume, but I think it's actually really good. I think that it's definitely a fresh batch, so if I gave it a little bit more time, it'd probably be screaming. So I think an 8, very fair, very, very fair. That leads us to the high. And the high, honestly, I'm gonna say a 9, could even say a 10. This one's packing that punch. Is it the best OG I've ever had in my life? No. I would actually say the Josh D's OG and this one, there's differences. There's valid differences. I would say the big difference is the effect, for sure. The effect. The taste is kind of similar in a way. I would say that it's very similar in the things I like, but there's a little bit of a difference in the taste as well from the Josh D's, the OGKS. I think that the OGKS and the RBK, two very different ones, and there's huge differences in all the phenos. So this goes to OG right here, getting a 9 for the effect. I would say it's very fair. Definitely very fresh, as I mentioned. It's definitely going to be something that's gradually gotten me stronger and stronger effects, stronger and stronger flavor. The stuff looks beautiful, smells beautiful. So a 9 for the effects. Very fair. I would say this one is honestly well deserving of this overall right here. Honestly, it's very difficult to find any flaws with this one. I would say the taste and the look are the only things that I can actually confidently say some people might not be fully satisfied with. I would say majority of people are going to be blown away by something like this. It's great in a bong, great in a joint. The stuff's phenomenal. I would actually say I'm very hyped to see the newer batches, but I'm definitely confident in giving it a score like this because I think anyone who tries it will agree. So let me know in the comments what you think of something like this. What OG you want me to try in the future? Is the Elephant's Growth one going to be really worth it to put on a list? Or should I just focus on the people doing it proper? So much love and respect, and I will have more OG contests, all sorts of gas contests coming. This one that I'm working on right now, you can see the flyer. It's a rough draft, but we're gonna start going heavy on the showing what is the difference. So much love.